The discovery of space, humanity's greatest journey. Space is an area that humanity has dreamed of exploring for thousands of years, but we have only truly begun to explore it in the last 100 years. While we gazed at the stars in the sky, we were actually trying to open the doors to a vast universe. So, how did the discovery of space begin, and where is it headed? In this article, we will explore humanity's journey into space step by step. The first steps, looking at the sky. The discovery of space dates back to ancient times. Civilizations like the Babylonians, Egyptians, and Greeks made significant contributions to astronomy by observing the sky. They created calendars by recording the movements of the stars and observed the orbits of planets. However, at that time, people believed that everything in the sky revolved around the Earth. This understanding began to change in the 16th century when Copernicus proposed that the sun was the center of the solar system. Scientists like Kepler and Galileo used telescopes to observe the sky more closely and provided a more accurate understanding of the movement of the planets. The birth of rockets, the first step into space. Exploration. Modern space exploration began in the mid-20th century with the development of rocket technology. In the late 1940s, rockets were primarily used for military purposes, but scientists began to recognize their potential for reaching beyond the Earth's atmosphere. The first successful rocket tests were conducted in 1944 with Nazi Germany's Vi-2 rocket. These rockets were the first vehicles capable of leaving Earth's atmosphere. During the Cold War, a space race emerged between the United States and the Soviet Union. During this time, reaching space became not only a technological achievement, but also a matter of national prestige. Sputnik. The beginning of the space age. October 4, 1957, marked a turning point in the history of space exploration. The Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite, into space, kicking off the space race. Sputnik was a metal sphere, about 58 centimeters in diameter, which emitted signals to measure the response from Earth. This achievement made the Soviet Union the leader in space exploration and pressured the United States to send satellites into space and eventually human space missions. The first human spaceflight, Yuri Gagarin. One of the most significant moments in the space race occurred on April 12, 1961. Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first human to orbit the Earth in the Vostok 1 spacecraft. This was a pivotal moment in human history. Gagarin's achievement was not only a scientific victory for the Soviet Union, but also a global sensation. His courage symbolized the fact that space exploration was now a reality for humanity. Apollo 11, the journey to the moon. NASA's Apollo program marked another important step in space exploration. On July 20, 1969, Apollo 11 successfully landed on the moon, and astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin took the first steps on the lunar surface. Armstrong's words, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind," symbolized that this achievement was not just a scientific success, but a defining moment for all of humanity. The successful landing on the moon ignited excitement worldwide and strengthened humanity's desire to explore space. This event was not just a victory for scientists, but for all of us who dreamed of venturing into the stars. Space stations and dreams of going to Mars. In the 1970s and 1980s, space exploration advanced even further. The idea of creating permanent structures in space became a reality with the International Space Station, ISS. Construction of the ISS began in 1998, and it became a laboratory where astronauts from different countries could work together. The ISS has allowed scientists to conduct long-term experiments in space, study the conditions of living in space, and prepare for potential future colonization of other worlds. Meanwhile, sending humans to Mars became another major goal. Today, organizations like NASA and companies like SpaceX are working towards sending humans to Mars. In the 2020s, robotic missions to Mars have been a key part of understanding the planet's history and evaluating its potential for human habitation. The search for life on Mars remains one of the most exciting scientific questions of the 21st century.